SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with Doug Upstone from sports-watch.com, returning guest and one of my personal favorite college football handicappers that we've ever had on these shows, on these videos at SBR Forum Videos. Now we're going to talk about Tennessee at Minnesota, at Mississippi State. This is one of the games you suggested that you want to talk about because you think there might be an edge here. To me, this is a tough one. Tennessee's off of a bye. Mississippi State's off of a relatively easy win against Kentucky. Tennessee is better this year, to my eye at least, than they have been in recent years. They need a win really badly. All reports from their camp are talking about how much they need a win here. They did go in and play Georgia pretty tough, which is impressive, but they're only getting 3 points on the road at Mississippi State, big SEC team. Mississippi State, though, you're looking over their past performances, they really have not been tested at all, and this is going to be a step up in class for them from anything they've seen this year. Where do you think the value is in these lines?
Well, I think what you have to look at is, Tennessee, this is really the fulcrum point of their season, and there's a lot of pressure on Derek Dooley to win this game because they already have losses against Georgia and against Florida, and the next 2 weeks they have Alabama and South Carolina.
Right.
So in terms of if he's going to maintain his job in Knoxville, I think this is very important. Now, for them, in their last 4 games of their schedule, if you look at it, they're actually quite winnable. So they could finish 8-4. And losing to the royalty of college football, though it's not great, at least it's acceptable.
Right.
Now, from Tennessee's perspective, Mississippi State does not qualify on that list. And they will bring their high-powered offense, which could make life difficult for the home team, who is ranked in the top 25. Now, for the Bulldogs, they desperately want to win this game to set up a matchup in 2 weeks as an unbeaten team against Alabama. The Mississippi State's running game should be able to take advantage of the Volunteers' defensive front because they average themselves 4.8 yards a carry, while Tennessee surrenders a whopping 5.2 yards a carry. Now, the Mississippi State defense has not thrown many accolades so far this season, and they will certainly be tested on the perimeter. But this one stat, Peter, really caught my eye. The Bulldogs are 9th in the country in yards per point allowed at 24.3. What that means is opponents have problems putting up points on this defense. Now, these two teams have not met since 2008, and Tennessee has won 6 in a row, and Coach Dan Mullen loves revenge spot. Now, when I think of playing Mississippi State at home, I think of one thing: Christopher Walken. More cowbell. The Bulldogs by 10 or more.
Really? What a bold pick, Doug. But wow. So yards per point. That's the stat you just cited. That could have a lot to do with turnovers, though, right?
It can have a lot to do with anything. I mean, basically what it is for every 1 point they give up, the opponent has to gain 24 yards. And like I said, they're 9th in the country in doing that. So whether it be turnovers, whether it be, just playing good, solid defense, giving up some yards but not points, they're doing it. Notre Dame's number 1 in the country in that stat. Rutgers, Alabama. I mean, we're talking about teams that are really in the elite. And in this case, Tennessee, I think, will move the ball, but I'm just not sure they're going to be able to put the ball in the end zone or score enough points. Conversely, Tennessee's defense, as if you watch the other games, they give up a lot of big plays. And though Mississippi State is not set up as a big play team, I think they'll be able to have opportunities because once you get past the second level, the secondary is seldom in play, and Tennessee gives up a lot of long running plays or just a lot of big plays in general.
Interesting analysis. I think I'm still leaning towards Tennessee, but we'll see how it turns out. Thanks, Doug.
Absolutely. We certainly will.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Thanks, Doug.